statement where you can do most of your codes. But the question is, suppose let me say, I want to work with a package, and if that package is not available in this particular IDL, for example, I want to work with a math package. That's why I'm going to give the statement as import math. Means this particular math is a library, or sometimes in some textbooks it can be a module also. So all these are the names which can be used interchangeably, like package, module, library. So these are the kinds of the vocabularies that will refer to the same, just only the language varies. Means in some languages we call them as packages. In some of the languages we'll call them as libraries. Likewise, but ultimately, basically, it is a group of functions. Say, for example, means at the initial example, let me say that I want to find out the square root of 1278, 1278. So I need not worry about how to calculate the square root of that number. I don't worry about its mathematical implementations. I don't worry about how to calculate the square root of such a big number. So in the Python language, already there is a function. In the morning sessions, we discussed it. We will come across different functions, like range is a function, print is a function, etc. So likewise, in the Python language, already there is a function, sqrt. It's not a full form of the square root. It's a shortcut form of the square root, sqrt. I will type it anyhow. So I want to find the square root. That square root is a function which is already available in the Python. But the question is, it is available in the module of the math. So here, mostly they are self-explanatory. Math is a module, which is the shortcut form for mathematics. So for simple,
maximize the window.
So now,
No issue.
okay. So math is a package. The name itself is self-explanatory. A simple type of the mathematical, trigonometrical, all these functions are available in this particular math module. So for that, you need to write a statement import. Means math is a library or a package which is already available with your Python software. And from that particular math package, I'm going to import what are all the various mathematical functions. For example, I said square root is a function which is there, logarithmic function is there, sine function is there, cos function is there, almost all. Every mathematical is available as a function. So now I am going to import this particular math. So that's why the statement required is import math. Now, what I'm going to say it is print, that is a function I am using it for display. What is the package is math dot, what is the function that I want to make use it is sqrt, and for which number I want to find the square root is 1278. Import math is the package which is going to import all the functions available in it. In that particular math package, there is a function square root. And in the brackets of the square root, I am going to specify the number for which I want to find out the square root. So 1278 is the number for which I will find out the square root. And of course, to display result, means what is the square root of 1278, I'm using the function print, and there itself I'm pressing enter, you will get the number there. 35 point something something is the square root of 1278. Likewise, for the implementation of solving the ordinary differential equations, We will use various functions available from such libraries. That's where I want to focus in this particular afternoon session, especially what are the libraries available and what are the most repetitive and most useful functions in it for your lab sessions. So likewise, suppose I want to go for say some particular statistical functions like standard deviation. I need not do much. Simply, I'm going to say that import. The name of the package is stat. It's a shortcut form for statistics. So import stat. The next, from this particular stat function, let us say print, say some particular stat, that is your package, followed by, I want to find out the mode. So there is a function with the name mode. In the given statistical and in the existing statistical package, there is a function, say some particular mode. Now the question is, for which set of the values you want to find out the mode? Basically, mode is calculated for, say, some particular 4 to 5 values. Whereas square root is calculated for a single value. So that's where the question comes. I hope in the morning sessions, there was a question about the list and the tuple. Both the list and the tuples were mostly the same. But in the list, as and when you want, you can add the values. But in the tuple, you cannot do so. So now I want to calculate the mode or say some particular median, whatever else it is. Let me go for median because mode is repetitive. Let me say median of, I want to specify a list of values. That's why I'm using the list. So list is enclosed in the power brackets. Once again, for all of you, I will make a simple note. In the Python programming language, we will use all the type of the brackets. Regular parentheses, power brackets, square brackets, flower brackets, everything we will use. But their meaning is going to be a change. Let me say, median, this is the bracket we are using. For this, I'm going to specify the values like 12, 34, 11, 56, say some particular 67. These are the set of values for which I want to calculate the median.
Sir, increase the font size.
Sir, it will be in configure, sir. Options configure.
Sir, please unmute, sir. Either, sir.
Yes, sir. Good, sir.
So now is it okay?
Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
So yes, sir. So import stat is the module. Then static is the package. Then median is the function that I want to use. Then once again, these are the list of the values. These list of values are separated with a comma and enclosed within the power brackets. Please don't confuse that. We will use a separate set of brackets for implementation. And just it is enough to press an enter key. Sorry. 1 minute, sir. Sir, 1 minute. Let me install the packages and then I will explain it once again, sir.
Sir, not audible, sir.
1 minute, sir. 1 minute, sir. Yeah. Actually, the name of the package is statistics, but for the shortcut, I made it previously as ST80. Originally, the imported package is to be the statistics, sir. So just hold a minute, sir. Yeah. So now this is, sir. Previously, I imported the math package, that is say some particular import math. Because I want to use the median, I'm going to import the package statistics. And in this particular statistics package, once again, the name of the package is statistics. I want to find the median. And the set of the median values, I'm going to give them as a list. Something values you can specify randomly. 12, 56, 13, say some particular 24, whatever the list of values you can give it. Close your list. Close your median function. Then close your print function. And then simply say press enter. So 40 is the median. Hope now it was clear without any confusion. So likewise, whatever all the packages, you can make use of them by using a statement import. But the question is, not all the packages are available with Python ideally. That's why most of the times better to use the Anaconda. That's the original software that you require. I think now it is sharing on the screen. And in this Anaconda, there you select the Jupyter notebook. Now you don't want to worry about any type of the packages to be imported. Most of them were included into the Jupyter notebook. So for the initial days or for the initial working, you try to work with Python ideally. Once if you got a limited expertise or a limited handful sessions, then you can go with the Jupyter notebook. So now the thing is, we will go with the IDLE. And in the morning, I'm trying to say, range function. So let me try to explain that. So for say some particular I in range, and there it is a function. And I am going to say the value as a 10. So here, please observe that you didn't specify any initial value where the range has to be begin with. And you specified the ending value as a 10. 10 is not inclusive. 10 is exclusive. And after specifying this particular for I, you use a colon symbol and then you press enter from the keyboard. Please mind you, here you have to get one indentation. This is the place where I am going to focus. That particular tab spacing will be automatically given by the Python ideally. You need not worry about. After the colon symbol, you press enter, and there I am going to say some particular print I. Simply, it prints the values of I 0 to 9. because it is beginning with a 0, ending with a 10. 10 is not inclusive, up to 9. Suppose I am going to say, once again, for I in range, let me say 12 is my starting value, 23 is my second value, and I want to get a skip of 2. For I in range, you specify what is the first value, means where the value should begin with, followed by the ending value. That is, say, some particular 23, but of course, 23 is not inclusive. The next, what is the skip value? Means what is the jump I have to take? So 2 by 2, 2 by 2. So now let us see what it will do. Followed by a colon symbol, and there it gets a tab space, then followed by print I. I want to print the value of 5, and there itself it is ended. So the values are like this: 12, 12 plus 2, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. So 12, we are going to call it as initial value. 23, that is where it has to be ended with. And then once again, 2 is the skipping value. Now the question is, sir, the same thing I want to experiment it with reverse. Means, let me say, for I in range, what is the starting value? Say some particular 56. What is the ending value? Say some particular 21. But I want to come in a reverse order. That is -2. Means we are going backward. 56, 56 minus 2. 54, 54 minus 2. 52. Likewise, we will go back. So range is a function which we will use it very extensively. That's what we were lagging in the morning session. And this is most of the times how we will do with the ideal. If the same is to be done with a Jupyter notebook, so here the Anaconda, which is already installed into my laptop, and there I am going to say it as a Jupyter notebook. There you press it, so it will launch the Jupyter notebook. But of course, comparatively, you require more random access memory because it contains more and more space. So this is the Jupyter notebook, and here I can type something whatever I want. Say, suppose, for example, print, say double quotations, ASDF I want to use, and then just you press on the button run. Not only one line, and you can write any sort of the output. And then you simply say run, there it will print. Morning in the theory, we covered that Python is an interpreted language, which you can see the result immediately. So this is where we are going to get this into the Jupyter notebook. Now, whatever all the packages, say, for example, I want to handle different packages, like say some particular import math, that is the one package that I want. The next import, say some particular NumPy, numerical Python, which is specifically used for scientific computing. That is especially for your computational mathematics. Then I want to use one more particular package, import matplot library for drawing the graphs, line diagram, bar diagram, etc. The different scatter plots, all you can use. So mostly these are the things which you can, and sometimes we can use, say some particular import pandas. These are all the packages which are available with them. And say if you say run, you can go with the code whatever you want. Clear? Suppose I'm going to make use of the package. Say, let me say that I want to import SciPy or SciPy. You say that, and then you run it, it will say. Suppose I want to import a package, say some particular XYZ. import followed by package name XYZ. Now you run, it says that module XYZ does not exist. Because really, there was no package with the name XYZ. So likewise, working with the Python is almost all very easy, and you can say it was very much user friendly. Now, let me go with the PPT and let me continue with that. So this is where we want to be a little bit focused. Python libraries for mathematics. So then there is a question. So do we have a separate libraries for each domain? Yes, you had separate libraries which is to be implemented for machine learning. You have separate libraries for data science, as we have separate libraries for mathematics. But most of these times, the libraries were into two categories. One is the standard libraries, means they were automatically included with your Python software. Got the point? Assume that today now I'm going to install Python into my laptop. As I said, Python is an open source. You can go to Python website, and from there you can download the Python software and you can install into your system where you are working with. And while installing the Python, automatically some of the libraries were included. Those libraries were called as standard libraries, which comes default along with the Python installation, is called as standard libraries. In addition to them, whatever extra you want, whatever else you want. Suppose previously I typed import math. Math is a standard library. And import NumPy. NumPy is a specialized library. It is a library which is used for a specific purpose. Numerical Python. Similarly, you will have one more particular package with the name SciPy, SCIPY. That is a separate package. That is a specialized package for numerical calculations, solving ordinary differential equations, etc., etc. So if you want to work with the standard libraries like math and what I said earlier, you can go with the Python ideally. But if you want to go for exclusive, means I want separate methods and functions to work with ordinary differential equations, means you should have a specialized libraries. So in the same sequence, I would like to cover what comes standard libraries and then what comes with specialized libraries. So this is the definition, what I want to give it for you. Not that much formality, and there was nothing to worry about it. Clear? So whenever you want to make use of any library, you prefix that module with an import statement. Import math. Automatically that library is imported. Yeah, the Python standard library, say for example, math module, consists of trigonometric functions like sin x, cos x, cosines, and then tans. Logarithmic functions like log base to the pen and natural logarithm. Statistical mean, median, standard deviation, etc. Constants like Python, pi, and then non-negative values, etc. All these are things available by default in the math module. So now let us see how we will make use of them. For the time being, means to say for the next 5 to 10 minutes, I will be focusing on the standard libraries only. So for such type of the mathematical calculations, I'm having a library with the name math. Import math as empty. That is my first line. Import math as empty. Empty is the alias name, duplicate name. Math is the original library name, and the empty is a duplicate name for it. Because every time I cannot say that math.cos, math.tan, and then say some particular math.standard deviation. Every time I cannot say like this. That's why I'm going to give a simple name or a duplicate name. So how I can say that is import math as empty. So now, please remember, in the math package, whatever all the functions you have, in the math module, whatever all the functions you have, all of them will be imported to. You can use any one of them. So now the question comes అండి. సార్ ఇంతకీ మ్యాథ్ అనే ప్యాకేజీలో అసలు ఏమేం ఫంక్షన్స్ ఉన్నాయో మాకెట్లా తెలుస్తుంది అంటే the Python will give a separate documentation for that, and that's what I specified in the right hand side. ఇప్పుడు నేను డిస్ప్లే చేస్తున్న స్లైడ్లో రైట్ హ్యాండ్ సైడ్ there is a URL. I mean, there is a website address where you can docs.python.org/3/library/math.html. So if you go to this particular page, you can observe what are all these things. For the time being, let me show this. Okay, so now you look into this location. This is. So now you can have n number of functions into this Sunday. I cannot say that they are limited. These are the functions, like for the permutations, for the floor value, for the module values, for absolute values, for infinite values. You can have the numbers like this. So here you had hyperbolic functions also, a cos h, a sin h, etc., etc., and gamma values, and then hyperbolic cosine values, inverse of cosine values. You can have n number of math functions here. So here the question is, we cannot explore all of them at a time. Based on your requirement, you try to understand, you open this site, you open this particular web page, and that you can see what are the functions. And of course, it gives a simple description and explanation also. Left hand side is the function, and then right hand side is the description of it. So likewise, you can refer to any sort of things that goes with that. So once again, let me come back to the code. So now I'm going to import the mathematics package with a duplicate name as empty. Now I want to find the exponential value, empty.exp of x. Empty is a alias name for mathematical package, and I want to find out an exponential value for this particular x, and you can test it by printing the value of I. So for example, here I am going to say what are the most repetitive functions that we will use. Exp is there, logarithm is there, log to the base of 10 is there, power of x to the power of n. If I want to calculate x to the power of n, this is how we will do. As I said, almost all you can have every function that you will do in mathematics, and their documentation is at this particular specification location. I will share it. You can go and refer to it. So now let's try to understand how to convert a mathematical equation into this particular Python code. So this is a little bit important for you to understand. Once if you are able to do this, rest of the programs you can have your own practice. So now consider the expression f of xy is equals to 3x square plus square root of x square plus y square plus e to the value of x. This is the mathematical equation which I am supposed to calculate. So now I need to write a Python program for it. If you look at this, there is a function square root of x square plus y square, and there is a exponential function e to the power of x. And of course, there is a regular expression 3x square. One square function is there, one square root function is there, one exponentiation function is there. So all these related functionalities were available in the package math. So that's why I'm going to say import math as empty. And of course, I mind you, math is a standard library. Math is a standard library. You need not install it. It comes by default along with the Python. So now I'm going to import that package, import math as empty. And here you see, I want to substitute the values of 2 and 2 as x comma y. X is 2 and then y is 2. You can substitute any value, that's a different issue. X is equals to 2 and then y is equals to 2. So now I want to calculate f of x comma y. That's why I'm going to say f is equals to, mind you, here we are using is equals to symbols, which I can say it as an assignment operator. X is assigned with a value of 2. Y is also assigned with a value of 2. Then I'm going to calculate f. Now, immediately you don't get f. Before getting the f value, you evaluate the expression which is on the right-hand side of is equals to. To the right-hand side of is equals to, whatever expression is there, you try to evaluate it. So how we are going to evaluate it is, first part is 3x square. That is a constant 3 multiplied by x square. X square in the sense, the base value is x and the power value is 2. So that's why we are using a mathematical function POW. Hope you are able to notice that. I'm trying to explain the statement which is previous to the printf line. Means from the top, I'm trying to explain the fourth line. F is equals to, yeah, what is our original given expression? 3x square. 3 is a constant. In the equation itself, 3 is a constant. That's why I'm going to say 3 multiplied by x square. Suppose if it is x cube, then what I will say, power is the function, x is the value, comma 3. In the power function, while using the power function from math library, you need to specify two values. One is the base value, second one is the power value. Suppose I want to calculate a to the power of b. I want to calculate a to the power of b. A is the base value and b is power value. So what is the function and how I will express it is POW. Don't type it as a full power ending. Power, what we are going to discuss theoretically when we are explaining. But in the Python, there is a library, and in that library, there is a function POW only. Don't interchange the names. Power, what we are talking in a mathematical sense. But while expressing it in the Python, simply we will say it as POW. So this particular POW function needs two parameters. First parameter is base value. Second parameter is power value. Suppose, for example, I want to have a to the power of 4. Then how you have to write it is POW is a function. A is the base value, comma, 4 is the power value. Don't interchange them. Don't write 4 comma A. No. Please be careful. Power is the function with the two parameters, A comma B, power of A comma B. That means A is the base value, B is the power value. So likewise, we are going to calculate x square. I mean, we are interpreting the x square as POW is the function x comma 2. Hope I was clear. 3 into your mathematical package empty. Ante already it is there in the first line. Empty is the alias name or duplicate name given for the math package. Empty.pow is the function. X is the base value. 2 is the second value. Plus, I mean to say the given expression is 3x square plus square root of. So once again in the math package, there is a function with the name square root, sqrt. While, while we are discussing, we will say it as a square root. But while expressing it as a function in the Python, it is sqrt only. Once again, now the question, sir, how do I know that? That's why I specified this is where you have to get into the documentation. Sir, am I audible or it is a?
Yes, sir, it is audible.
Yeah.
Audible.
Yes, sir, audible.
Okay. Okay, sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
empty dot square root. Now the question is, sir, how do we know that? What are all the functions available? How to express them? That's what I, given the address, website address. Math.html, what I specified and opened it up. Of course, anyhow, we will pass on this PPT to you. So there you can study and refer to the functions, whatever you want. So now in the math package, there is a function with the name square root, sqrt. And in the square root, what you have to calculate? Square root of x square plus y square. So once again, x square, it is a POW function. X square, POW of x comma 2. Y square, POW of y comma 2. And for this value, we need to have a total square root, whole square root. So that's why the equation is empty dot. Please look at the fourth line where I'm going to look at it. Empty dot sqrt is the function square root to find the square root. For whom I have to find the square root? Power of x comma 2 plus power of y comma 2. Indirectly x square plus y square. So now you be careful and observe how the brackets were opened and closed. By mistake, if you mismatched the brackets, you may get the output, but you may get a wrong output. So that's why the pair of the parentheses you have to manage and understand. If you look at power of x comma 2 is one set of brackets, power of y comma 2 is another set of brackets. Both of them were added together and finally use it to calculate the square root of it. Then once again plus empty, that is your mathematical package, plus this time we are going to calculate the logarithm, natural logarithm of x. Because your given expression, the last term is e of x. Means we are going to calculate the logarithm of x. So this power function, square root function, logarithm function, all of them are from the mathematical package. That's why we imported math as empty. So finally, if you say printf, it will calculate.
Sir.
Pardon?
Sir, in fourth line,
Okay.
empty dot exponential. Again, write the empty. 2 times write the empty.
Yeah. Yes, madam. Because exp is a separate function and log is a separate function.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
Both are two different functions. Exp is a separate one and then log is a separate one.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
So now you print the value of x indirectly 3 into 2 square plus square root of 2 square plus 4 square plus something else. Finally, it is going to give a value of 16.m3.
Sir?
Oh, yeah.
Sir, if it is LOG log is for base E or base 10?
No, log 10 in the sense you have to say log 10.
Okay. Thank
Madam,
you, sir.
if it is only log, it is a natural logarithm. But if you want to get it for log to the base of 10, then you have say log 10.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any other queries, Sandy, from anyone else? So for the first time, all these are looking a little bit different. But if you can
Sir,
analyze
is
it slowly.
Pardon.
Chappan, madam.
Sir, is it required to go for empty? Can't we use the same math?
Every time you have to say math.pow,
Yeah, yes, sir. If the expression
math.exp.
is long, it's okay. If
Hmm.
there are little expressions, because in respect to the student points of view,
Hmm.
can we use the same math? Means it's
Right.
not required
Yeah.
for as this
You,
empty.
yeah. No need alias
Okay,
name,
sir.
madam. And
Okay,
madam,
sir.
one
Thank
more
you.
thing. Now you can
Yes, sir.
say from math import sign.
Okay, sir.
Let me come once again. If you simply say import math, suppose roughly, madam, let me say in the math library, there are 100 functions.
Yes, sir.
All these 100 functions will be imported, irrespective of your usage.
Okay, sir.
Whether you want them or not, all the 100 functions were imported, which is not technically correct, no.
Yes,
So
sir.
I was very clear that I want sign function only. I don't
Okay.
want anything else. I want sign function only. Then simply you can write from math import sign.
From math,
From
import
math
site.
import sign, SIN. Or otherwise, I want to, in this example, let me say, I want to use square root function only, madam.
Okay,
Let
sir.
me say, I don't want power and then logarithms. I want only square root function. Then what I will write it is from FROM, math,
Yes, sir.
MATH, import, SQRT. Only that
SQ.
function,
Okay, sir.
then you will get only that square root.
Okay, so if you want all the operations together, we need to go in this way.
Yeah. If it is only
Okay,
once
sir.
usage, simply you write import math. No need of alias name.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, yeah, any other?
Sir, it's 1 second, sir.
Uh.
Sir, import max as square root you told now. Just now you can import only square root operation. So after importing square root, is it necessary every time to mention empty dot square root, empty dot square root?
No. Only square root is enough.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
No, madam. The question is, suppose, let me say import statistics,
Yes,
which
sir.
is a little bit lengthy, no? Statistics, it is a 7 or 8 letter word.
Yeah.
So whenever I am
Sir.
using mean, I have to say statistics dot mean.
Acha. Okay.
Then
Sir.
why I have to repeat it necessarily? That's why I will simply say import statistics as yes, single letter yes.
Okay.
Import statistics is the full form
Sir.
as S. Then I will simply say S dot mean, S dot average, S dot standard deviation, S dot variance.
Okay, sir. If I import only mean operation, can I use
No need to
directly
say.
mean of set
That's it.
list?
That's
Yes.
it.
Okay. Sir. Thank you, sir.
But the possibility is every time before practicing Python, you try to know what is a version of it.
Okay, sir.
There is a lot of differentiation between version 2.7 and 3. Mostly, I think 3 everywhere you will get it, Andy. But as a cross check, that's it's not a compulsion.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So what I'm trying to convey here is this is the mathematical expression and how you are trying to write it a Python code for it. Hope I was clear. Yeah. Let me go to the next one. Yeah. Likewise, this is instead of the math package. Now I am coming to this statistics package. Is also a standard library. You need not install statistics package separately. Statistics module in Python standard library, import statistics as ST. Now you look at this, madam. Here I want to express, I want to convey two important things. Import statistics as ST. Statistics is a little bit lengthy. In shortcut, I want to say it as ST. And here I am going to data as a list of values. Got it? Data is equals to, look at my second line in the code. Data is equals to, this time the bracket is different. So these particular brackets represents list of items. Now you look at the fourth line, madam. Fourth line and mean followed by brackets. But these are the parentheses used with a function. But now data is equals to, you look at the brackets, it is a list of items. You can give the value whatever you want. Say, for example, I'm going to say minus 1.0, 11, 2.5, 3.25, 5.75. For all these values, I want to do something. I mean to say average, mean, and then median, etc., etc. So you look at the functions also, mean, standard deviation, median, and variance. So once if you are, habituated to this particular sequence, almost all we can go with any package. Means you try to know what is the function that you want to make use of. You try to identify from which package it was available. Just you import them and make use of them. It was so easy. It won't be any separate rules and regulations and separate modularities. Everywhere it is common. Just you identify the function, the corresponding package of it, import it and make use of it. So any more explanations you want in this screen, Andy? Any difficulties you observe? So shall I go to the next one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How will be the output, sir?
Madam?
For the given data, for the given data,
It will,
if you go
it will
for the st.mean, what will be the output, sir?
the standard deviation of those specified values. Means it will calculate the standard deviation for my minus 1.0, 11, 3.25, and etc. You give the values in the list and you give it as this one. Or shall I go for an executing?
Is the data not the list?
Pardon, madam. If the data is
Is
not
the
a list,
data
that also you
not the
you
list?
can give. Straight away also you can give. Standard deviation of the list of values you can give. Compulsorily not to give in a list only.
Instead, we have to square brackets only.
Yeah. Because why I'm trying to habituate you in this fashion is, in the NumPy, most of the functions will take list as the input only. Majority of the functions in the NumPy package, they will input the list of values only, not the direct values. First, you have to give the values into the list. Then that list is supplied as an input for the functions in the NumPy package. That's why I want, yeah, please.
Standard deviation in the second line, it should come in the second line, I think.
Yeah, alignment marindandi, madam. Same as easily with average also. So it was alignment lo నాకు తప్పు వచ్చింది.
Okay.
Yeah. The median and variance was correct, madam. You like that, you try to compare, no? I think that those two last two were into the correct alignment, and it was missed in the previous one. Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, this is the statistics package, how we will use.
Sir, excuse me, one more doubt for that program. Sir, if we want only mean means, only we have to write for mean. The program is for mean.
Okay, you don't want anyone else.
Anyone else. If I want standard deviation, we don't have to write mean and average.
No need.
Only standard deviation, we have to write the program.
That's it.
Okay. Whatever we want, only that the program we have to write.
That's it, ante, madam.
Yes, sir. If we want all these things, we have to write all these program modules.
Yes.
Okay, na, sir?
Yeah, that's
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Package is the same. In the package, whatever you want, you can make use of them. Import statement is used only once only. Let me give a little bit technical clarification. Whatever the import statements you are writing, it is to be written in the beginning of the program for only once. I mean, in a simple sense, let me explain like this, Andy. So I'm writing the program. First, I thought that it is enough to understand, it is enough to calculate median.
Sir, excuse me.
Ah.
Sir, excuse me.
Yeah, madam.
If it is possible to run the program, what should you said in that program?
Sure.
What comes output we have to see in that.
Yeah, I'm coming back to that.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay.
So this is, madam. So, madam, am I visible, audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So this is now on the screen.
Sir.
What I'm sharing is you type whatever you want and you will get immediate result. But you cannot go
Okay.
back to it. That's why I'm writing it as a program. Madam, here on the top, you will have a file.
File.
Hope
New
it
notification.
is visible to you. On the top of it, file, and then you said a new file.
Okay.
A new file is created. Now you write the code whatever you want, madam. Import statistics.
Import statistic as ST.
As ST. Good.
Yes.
The next,
Yes, sir.
I'm having a list of values. X is equals to data. Something, let me say 10,
Data.
21.3. X is my data, madam, right? 21.3,
Okay.
say some particular 17.84, and let me say minus 23. This is your data given as a list. Now, what I want to do it is, I want to go for standard deviation of these values. So that's why I'm going to say print. What is your statistical package is named as st dot. What is your function is stddev, then followed by your particular x. This is the code. Now
Yes,
the
sir.
thing is, you have to save it and file and then save. Means whatever the code you are writing is going to be stored permanently into your system. So let me say file save. Edo location adugutadandi. For my easy understanding, in the C drive I had this particular one. Python examples bolke ek folder likha tha maine. Even madam, Python example. So just I am going to name this particular one as STA. Then you save it. Now you look at this, madam. In the menu, there is an option run. In the menu, there is an option run. And you say run the module. Print. 1 minute, madam. Standard
use
DV.
F5 also.
Pardon. F5 also. So this is a standard deviation. 20.24.
Okay.
Yeah. Suppose now I want this one also. For these particular set of values, I want variance also. Or say some particular median. Once again, you go file, open. So already I saved that particular program into C drive with the Python examples. There is my file STA.
Is it not saved in desktop, sir?
You can, madam. You can.
Yes, okay.
Anywhere you can.
Okay.
So now here I had this particular sta.py. Open it. It is already there with me. So now what I want to say it is print your so-called statistical package st dot. I want to calculate the mode of x.
Mode, okay.
So now I don't want to import statistics once again.
Median said you said median mode is not the program. How to write it?
No, come again, madam. Your voice is a little bit breaking.
Okay. Mode
Shall
of
I write?
X.
Yeah, mode
Okay.
of x. No,
Okay.
package you need not import every time. But for usage of the
Okay.
function, you have to prefix st every time.
Okay, ST everyone for that. Mean is mean. Mean means mean.
That's it.
Standard deviation means STDEV.
Ah,
Median means ST dot median.
ante.
Variance means ST dot variance.
Variance.
Okay, sir.
Just you remember these particular names, madam, name of the functions, median, etc., etc. You try to remember.
Okay, sir.
Clear?
Okay.
So
Okay, sir.
once
Thank you,
again,
sir.
let me repeat for clarification. Import statement need to be written only once. Every time when you use function, say some variance, then you say st dot variance. When you want to calculate the mode, then you say st dot mode. Okay, man. Then let's get into the specialized packages. That's what we are.
Okay.
NumPy is a package basically for calculative purposes, especially to do mathematical expressions with a little bit more performance. That's why the name of the package itself is a numerical Python. Means it is exclusively used and it is having a separate set of functions to do numerical and high-end mathematical calculations. With you can go for multi-dimensional arrays, not only single dimensional, not only two-dimensional matrices. You can go with multi-dimensional matrices also. And very specifically, when you had a large volumes of data, means your data is very large. Especially while implementing your researches, there it needs a lot of data sets. Then for such data sets, math library and statistics library may not be suitable. So now here, let me give very clear explanation. Sine is a trigonometric function which is available in the math package as well as in the NumPy package also. Your sine function to calculate the sine of a value. It is available from both the math package as well as in the NumPy package also. Then what makes the difference, sir? The functions that you are using or that you are importing from the NumPy package were more efficient. They will do the calculations in a faster way. Let me say, your math package is limited up to two-dimensional matrix only. But my research implementation needs three-dimensional or multi-dimensional. Then better to go with a numerical Python. In terms of efficiency, in terms of memory occupation, the library of the numerical Python is far more better. Clear? So then this is what it is. That's why we are going to say NumPy is a package for data analysis and scientific computing with Python. That's why we are going to call them as specialized packages. So now what I discussed previously, that is 3 into x square plus square root of x square plus y square. ఇందాక ఒక mathematical function solve చేసామండి. The same function this time we are trying to do it with NumPy. Nothing makes the difference. Nothing makes the difference. But here what I am trying to explain you is you can define a function on your own. Please let me come back once again. And it is more useful. Means your coding will be more effective, will be more readable if you write it in terms of functions. See, all of you, if you look at power function, power is a function with a pair of parentheses. We will call them as library functions, which are available with you. Let me give in a very simple example, and let me compare it like this. When we are trying to purchase a refrigerator, around 15 to 20 years back, what is the situation is, you have to purchase a fridge. Additionally, you have to purchase a stabilizer. Stabilizer is a separate entity at that time. But now if you try to purchase a refrigerator, you don't have a separate stabilizer. We are going to call it as inbuilt stabilizer. Is it not? If today I go to the market and purchase a refrigerator, I need not purchase a voltage stabilizer separately. The stabilizer itself is inbuilt into the fridge. Inbuilt functions. That's what I'm going to call here the mass. Power is an inbuilt function. Square root is an inbuilt function. Standard deviation is an input function. Variance is an inbuilt function. Now, the changeover is, please don't satisfy with the inbuilt functions. Likewise, in Python language, you are also able to create the functions on your own as per your requirement. So the problem with the inbuilt functions is you have to adjust with them. You have to adjust with them. But coming to the case of user-defined functions, yeah, now you can define a function on your own. If you look at this example, that is the screen what I'm sharing with you. I'm trying to define a function with the name func_ex. Just I want to name it as a function example. In shortcut, I want to represent it with func_ex. So then the first question that I want to make it clear is, what is the difference between power function and function_ex? Power function is an inbuilt function. Don't do anything with that. Just you make use of this. Just you make use of the inbuilt functions. But somehow my requirement is not satisfied with the inbuilt functions. Okay, then you can define a function on your own. That's what do you mean by user defined function? A function which is defined by the user himself. That's an English meaning, Andy. Nothing complicated. So I'm going to import my package. What the package is NumPy. Instead of typing all these 4-5 letters in shortcut, I'm going to represent it as NP. Then I'm going to define. That's why in shortcut, I'm going to call it as DEF. I'm going to define a function. What is the name of the function is func_ex. Function example. And this function example is going to pass two parameters, x and y. X and y. Sir, sir, someone is raising the hand. Can I? Hello. Okay. Sir. Chandrasekhar garu cheppandi. Sir, are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, someone is trying. So if it is audible and visible to you, let me continue.
Yes, sir, it is audible and visible. You can continue.
No, someone is raising the hand. I don't understand what is the doubt with them. Okay, let them.
Continue, sir. Continue.
Okay, okay. So I'm trying to define a function with the two parameters. With the two parameters x, y. And the formula is the same, and f is equal to 3 into power of x comma 2 square root of x square plus y square plus exponential of logarithm of x. And I'm going to return the value of f. Now I am supplying the value of x is equal to 2, y is equal to 2. Now you call the function with x comma y. X is replaced with 2 and then y is replaced with 2. Now I am going to call the function. In the function, I am going to calculate the f value, and the function is returning the value f, and I am printing that f value. This is what we call it as code reusability. Until you define the function once and you can use it any number of times. But this is going to be the last part. I can say writing the code by using user-defined functions is the last part. But at least what I'm trying to do it is, I'm trying to introduce it. I don't say that you become a master in this. No. You try to understand. Instead of making use of the functions, you can also define the functions on your own. That's how we will do this. That's why I'm trying to give an example. Because whenever you are going for a code of lengthy, say runs into 100 lines and 200 lines, then you cannot write all these 200 lines at a stretch. As you are doing your regular academic syllabus coverage. My syllabus will be into 5 units. So first I will cover the 1-2 units and I will conduct the mid one. That is one module. Then I will cover 3-4 units. Then I will conduct mid 2. So likewise, this is into the modules. That modular programming is functions. So at this moment of time, giving more clarity on this particular functions is a little bit, tough to understand. But what is the code that you are writing? Instead of writing it somewhere, you write within a function, you can call it from anywhere. That's it. Yeah. Now, this is the same thing, but exclusively with NumPy packages. So f of x comma y is equal to 3x square plus square root of x square plus y square plus something of x. Let us try to find out the values of f of x comma y, where x lies between 0 to 10 and y also lies between 0 to 10. Hope you are able to understand what is the changeover we are making. I'm taking the same formula because I don't want to confuse you. I'm taking the same formula. First, we calculated f of x comma y. Then the same code we are writing inside of a function. Then once again, we are taking the same example, but we are calculating f of xy for different values of x and y. X takes the values from 0 to 9. Y also takes the values from 0 to 9. అంటే indirectly ఏం లేదండి. I want to calculate f of 0, 0, f of 1, 1, f of 2, 2, f of 3, 3. Likewise, and then so on up to I want to calculate f of 9, 9. This is simple. That's what I want to do. For a series of values of x and y from 0 to 9, I want to calculate f of x, y. That's simple English expression. So now you look at and you try to understand the code that is a little bit in bold letters. If you observe the code that I am displaying on the screen, the top part is not in bold letters, not in a little bit dark letters. That is what we discussed previously. And ఇంతకు ముందు స్లైడ్లో నేను ఏంటైతే రాశానో అదే దాన్ని మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడ రిపీట్ చేస్తున్నా. So that's why I'm going to, present them in a little bit light text. But the code which is separated and which is important to understand, I made it a little bit highlighted. వాటిని కొంచెం highlight చేశాను అంతే. So now you look at this x underscore data. Hope I am trying to read the first bolded line. The first bolded line is x underscore data is equal to np, is a shortcut for NumPy. dot arrange arrange తో పాటు మొత్తం 3 పారామీటర్స్ చెప్పాను చూడండి. స్టార్ట్ వాల్యూ, స్టాపింగ్ వాల్యూ, ఇంక్రిమెంట్ వాల్యూ. Means you are trying to implement the x for a range of values, or for a sequence of values which begins with start, which ends with the stop, and it is incremented by 1 by 1. That's why you look at the top 3 lines of this x underscore data. Start is equal to 0, means begins with 0. For that particular sequence, the value to begin with is 0. Then what is the stop value? 11. Have you noticed that? Stop is equals to 11. If I say, please listen, if I say stop is equals to 10, 10 is not included. Is it clear? So first of all, my target question is, I want to calculate f of x comma y, where x and y ranges from 0 to 10. 10 is inclusive. F of x comma y is to be calculated for a range of values of x and y ranging from 0 to 10, where 10 is inclusive. That's why I'm going to say the stop value is 11. By mistake or by some overlook, let us say some by overlook. If you say that start is equal to 0 and stop is equals to 10, then you are missing one series of value. If you say stop is equals to 10, 10 is excluded, then you are getting up to 9 only, because the last value is not included. So that's why I'm going to say stop is equals to 11. Then how I will take the values from 0 to 10? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's why the increment is 1. It begins with the start value. It ends with the stop value, which is not inclusive. Until 11 is not inclusive. Stop is equals to 11 kadandi. 11 is not inclusive. Until up to when it is included? Up to 10 it is included. 11 is skipped. Then how you are jumping from 0 to 10? From 0 to 10, how you are jumping? 1 by 1, 1 by 1. Suppose, let me say that, Andy, I want to find the sign values of 0, 30, 60, 90. Got the logic? For example, assume that I want to find sign values of 0 and sin 0 degrees, sin 30 degrees, sin 60 degrees, sin 90 degrees. So then what I have to say it as? Start is equal to 0. Stop is equals to 91. Stop is equals to 91. If you say stop is equal to 90, 90 is excluded. You are missing sin 90. So that's why I'm going to say stop is equals to 91 and the increment is equals to 30. Start is equal to 0. Stop is equals to 91. Increment is 30. Endukanandi increment is equal to 30 antunamante, I want the values like that. I want sin 0, 0 plus 30, sin 30, 30 plus 30, sin 60, 60 plus 30, sin 90 I want. So that's why how I will say that expression as, look at that code. Start is equal to 0, stop is equal to 91, increment is equal to 30. That's how we have to, analyze the code. So now I am going to take X data. Numerical Python lo there is a package arrange, there is a function arrange, start 0, stop 11, increment 1. Just you simply substitute those values. Or if you are well versed with the programming, directly you can write. ఇందాక నన్ను ఎవరో డౌట్ కూడా అడిగారు. Yeah, you can write it directly. X underscore data is equal to np dot arrange of 0, 11, 1. You can write. You can write directly with the values without using the start, stop and increment. You can write the values directly. np dot arrange of 0, 11, 1, you can write, no issue. So now, most importantly, what I want is, you look at this for loops. You look at this for loop. Point to be noted is, I had 2 for loops, not a single one. I had 2 for loops. One for loop is with x, and inside of that, inside of the x loop, I had y loop. Please focus here. Especially I am talking and mind you about the for loops. Here we are using 2 loops. 2 for loops. A loop inside of a loop. For x is 1 loop. For y is another loop. So, to solve the most of the complicated equations, you have to write nested loops. A loop inside of a loop. Very simple, and if you are in a little bit of dilemma, please understand to this regular example. Then once again, I will come back to these loops. Got it? Just to take an example of your watch. మీరు రోజు చేతికి పెట్టుకునే వాచ్ చూడండి. You will have 3 loops. మీ వాచ్లో 3 loops ఉంటాయండి. One loop is managed to hours. Another loop is used to manage minutes. And one more loop is there, which is used to manage the seconds. So, hours, minutes, seconds. Suppose now you take a digital clock or a smartwatch. Now the time is, say, some particular 3 hours, 10 minutes, 45 seconds. Let me say, at one particular instant of time, the time is 3 hours, 10 minutes, 45 seconds. In the next instance, what will be the time, andi? Ante next time enta avutundi? Hours is the same 3, minutes is the same 10, but seconds will be 46. Is it not? 3 hours, 10 minutes, 45 seconds, 46 seconds, 47 seconds, and on and on and on, 59 seconds. Seconds 60 అవ్వగానే ఏమవుతుందండి? మినిట్స్ చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. 3 hours, 11 minutes, 1 second. This is how the loops works. First loop is outer ring road is hours, which runs slowly. In your clock, మీ చేతుకున్న క్లాక్లో అవర్ ఎప్పుడు చేంజ్ అవుతుందండి? అవర్కి ఒకసారి. మినిట్స్ ఎప్పుడు చేంజ్ అవుతాయండి? ఎవ్రీ మినిట్కి ఒకసారి. సెకండ్స్ ఎప్పుడు చేంజ్ అవుతాయండి? ఫర్ ఎవ్రీ సెకండ్. లైక్ వైజ్ ఇక్కడ యూజ్ చేస్తున్న 2 loops లో కూడా x is the outer loop and y is the inner loop. Y is the inner loop which will be executing very fastly. Just like your seconds. Just like your seconds, which changes very fastly in your watch. Likewise, here y loop changes very fastly. But when compared to y, x runs slowly because that is the outer loop. So now, for this, I am going to call the function funcex, that the function what we defined previously, with a parameters of x comma y, and I am printing the values of y. So, any difficulties, let me know importantly. Hello. Any difficulties in understanding this? I will be more elaborative, but it takes time. It is not just like an instance. You need to focus a little bit to understand it crucially, and then you can get it.
No doubt, sir. Thank you. One more thing, sir.
Sir.
Can we name it for X in X data? Can we name the data type name for variables also?
No,
If it
once
is
again, sir.
coincide with the original library name, what will happens?
No, sir. Once again, please be more clear.
Sir, if the renaming name is coincide with the library data, what happens?
Compiler will say that it is in existence.
So
Sir,
then we have to change the name. Okay.
That's it, sir. The function name should be unique, sir. Unique. Suppose now all of a sudden.
If it is coincide with the library name, it will prompt.
Prompt. That's it. I cannot define a function with the name power.
Okay, like that.
Power is an inbuilt one.
Yeah, inbuilt. Okay. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. Yeah. So the same example, I would like to convert it into the graphs. So that's why I suggest you understanding this is far more better. That's why if you have any difficulties, let me know. I will try to clear them. Once if you are cleared with this, drawing the graph is dead easy, sir. Okay. So anyhow, once again, I will come back even after finishing of this. Take a time to digest. Now, I'm taking trigonometric values and I'm trying to draw a graph. That's it. Just at a very simple level. Just I want to explain you how it is easy to draw the graphs using Python. So that's why you look at the heading after my program using NumPy and graphs. I'm using some of the functions from the package in NumPy and I'm trying to draw a graph for it. Yeah. Now you look at the first two import statements, which I think you are familiar with this. I'm importing the package NumPy as NP. And I'm importing a special package matplotlib. The package name itself is self-explanatory, and it is a mathematical package to plot the graphs. That's the meaning of it. Matplotlib in the sense it's to draw any kind of graphs. And especially the type of the graph that I want to use it is pyplot. Got the logic? Please understand this. Import, that's a statement. Matplotlib is a package. So what is a use of this specialized package in the sense? It is a package used to draw the graph simple level. Then which graph you want, Andy? You had only one graph or you had 10 to 12 different types of the graphs? Pie graph is there, bar graph is there, something scatter plot is there, likewise. So I don't want all of them. For the time being, I want to have only the pie plot. In the matplotlib, specifically, I'm selecting pie plot as my graph. Okay, then as a PLT, that's a duplicate name. NP is the duplicate name for the NumPy. PLT is the duplicate name for whole matplotlib.pyplot. Together, the alias name is PLT. I think you can be a little better. Now x start is equal to 0. I mean to say the starting value is 0 and the stopping value is just 2 into NP into pi. It looks a little bit different. Nothing to worry about. 2, I'm multiplying with the np.pi. Pi is a value which is known to you, 22/7. Something 3.14. Indirectly, what is the x of stop? What is the stop value of x is 2 into 3.14. That comes to around 6.28 somewhere. And hope I was clear, Andy. If you have any, doubt, you can stop me and then let's clear here itself. Yes, sir.
Sir, ఇది ఫస్ట్ లైన్ లో ఉన్న ఇంపోర్ట్ నంపి యాజ్ ఎన్పి అని పైథాన్ లో ఐడిఎల్ఈ లో టైప్ చేస్తే ఎర్రర్ అని చూపిస్తుంది సార్.
అంటే మీకు నంపై ప్యాకేజ్ ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసి ఉండరు సార్ మీరు.
ఓకే, ఐడిఎల్ఈ లో టైప్ చేద్దా సార్ డైరెక్ట్ గా?
మామూలు పైథాన్ ఐడిఎల్ఈలో నంపై ప్యాకేజ్ రాదు.
ఓకే,
మ్యాథ్ ప్యాకేజ్ వస్తుంది, స్టాటిస్టిక్స్ ప్యాకేజ్ వస్తుంది. ఈ నంపైలు మ్యాట్ప్లాట్లిబ్లు ఇవన్నీ మీరు సెల్ఫ్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ తోటి అంటే మీ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ ప్రకారం మీరు ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసుకోవాలి. ఈ హెడేక్ అంతా లేకుండా మనం అనకుండా యూజ్ చేయమంటున్నాం.
ఓకే సార్.
అనకొండాలో అయితే numpy, matplotlib, most of the packages install అయ్యి వచ్చేస్తుంది సార్ అనకొండలో.
ఓకే సార్.
Okay, sir. So I hope this makes a sense a little better. I am declaring a variable x start with a value as 0, means I am trying to begin it with 0. Then x stop is equals to 2, that's regular multiplication. NP is your numpy package dot pi. Again, pi is 22/7. So that is a stop value. And of course, this time I want to increment it with 0.1 and a 1, 1.1, 1.2, something like this by 0.1, 0.1, 0.1. ఇందాక అనుకున్నాం చూసారా, sin 30, 60, 90 is incremented by 30. Likewise, here I want to increment it by 0.1. Clear, sir? Now, x is equals to మీ numpy package np.arrange start value, stop value, increment value. Sir, anyone in confusion? I'm going to repeat it again. X is a list of values that begins with 0, ends with 6.27. Sir, x stop is equals to 2 into np.pi. Pi value is 3.14. Let me say in a simple sense. Originally, it comes to 3.14 something, but let me restrict myself to 3.14. 2 into 3.14. That's is equals to 6.28. Your stop value is 6.28. But the problem is 6.28 is exclusive. So there you will get the value up to 6.27 only. So indirectly 0, 0.1, 0.2, 0. etc. etc. 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. Likewise, up to I will get 6.27. For all these values equally, I am trying to find the sign value of it. Means indirectly sin of 2, sin of 2.1, sin of 2.2, sin of 2.3, sign value of 2.3. So x is equals to start value, stop value, increment value. Y is equal to your numpy package dot sin of x. Sign value of 0, sign value of 0.1, sign value of 0.2, likewise, so on. So now you had literally x values and y values. X is a range of values from 0 to 6.27 with an increment of 0.1, and y is the equivalent sign values of it. Now, I want to draw a graph with x values as x-axis and their sign values as y-axis. Hope you are able to understand the changeover. Vertically, I am considering only two values, x value, y value. X value you decided, x value you only decided. It is a range of values from 0 to 6.27 with a gap of 0.1, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4. And for all these values equivalently, I am finding the sign values, and all these sign values were stored into y. Now I am going to plot the graph. What is your package? Import matplotlib.pyplot as plt, plt.plot. Plot the graph. Plot is a user defined, inbuilt function. Now you plot the graph with the x-axis and y-axis, x comma y, and now you show the graph. Without the method show, you cannot see the graph, and that's the usual mistake we will do. We will try to write the code perfectly, but at the last we fail to specify the statement plt.show, which is making your graph visible onto the screen, onto the output. If you miss that, you cannot see your graph. So now you look at the right side of it. That is how your graph looks like. That is how your graph looks like.
Sir, this is the graph for y is equal to sin x graph, sir?
Yes, madam. Y is equal to sin of x.
Sin of x graph.
That's it, ma'am.
Okay.
Means if you want to go with the sine and cos, that I will show it in the next example.
Okay.
I mean to say this is a graph with a single value. That's exactly what you said. Y is equal to sine of x.
Okay.
So drawing the graph is also dead easy. PLT dot plot. You plot x-axis and then y-axis. X is what is the series of values you supply. Y is the sine values of it. We are going to plot them and just we are going to display the graph. PLT dot show. Yeah. Let me go to the next one, Andy. Sorry. This is for two values. You can also plot the multiple values like this. So this time I am going to draw the graph, both the sine and cos. Suppose let me say, I mean to say sine of 2, cos of 2, sine of 2.1, cos of 2.1, sine of 5.8, cos of 5.8. So I think you can understand the code. These import statements are known to you. Start is 0, stop is 2 into 3.14, increment is 0.1. X is equal to np dot arrange of start to stop increment. X is the input value only. Don't confuse about that. X is the input value, 2, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4 likewise. And now
two functions తీసుకున్నప్పుడు ఇక్కడ ప్లాట్ లెజెండ్ అని వచ్చారు కదా.
నేను చెప్తాను మేడం. ఓకే రైట్, అలా అంటారా మీరు? ఇప్పుడు మీకు లైన్స్ ఎన్ని లైన్స్ కనిపిస్తున్నాయి మేడం? టూ లైన్స్ విత్ డిఫరెంట్ కలర్స్ కదా. Now the question is, which is the sine line and which is the cos line? I mean to say, which color represents sine, which color represent cosecant value? కింద మీకు ఇది ఎక్స్ప్లెనేషన్ వచ్చింది చూసారా గ్రాఫ్ కింద?
అవును సార్.
Blue color is for sine. So that is what do you mean by legend?
Legend. Okay.
అంటే మీకు కలర్స్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తుందండి. సపోజ్ యూ మిస్ దిస్ legend and you displayed the graph. What is the first question I will ask you is, good, it is displaying sine and cos, but which is sine and which is cos?
Okay, sir. Understood.
Then I am trying to explain with this particular legend. So y1 is sine values of it, y2 is the cos values of it, cos values of x. Now you are going to plot the graph like x comma y1, x comma y2. For x, we are going to print the sine value, and for the same x, we are printing the cos value. Now you legend. Legend means explanation of the symbols. Suppose if I display the graph like symbols, square is for sine, triangle is for cos, or blue is for sine, red is for cos. That explanation, what we are going to call it as legend. And finally, we are going to say plot dot show. So likewise, now you, as I said in the documentation, you go to there and you can understand what are the different graphs available in the matplotlib. You can draw the bar diagram, etc., etc. You can do so many things. The same thing అండి, కాకపోతే ఈసారి కొంచెం ఆర్డినరీ డిఫరెన్షియల్ ఎక్కడో ఈక్వేషన్ ఎక్స్ప్రెస్ చేశాను. I don't know it is right or wrong. I was a little bit poor in math. So this is, and for this we are going to draw the graph like this, plotting differential equation solution. And of course, in this particular code, all are known to you. Math as MT, NumPy as NP, Matplotlib as PLT. These are the values. Start is 0, stop is 25, increment is 1. So then we are going to arrange them, start value, stop value, and then increment value for k in range of t stop. For k in range of t stop. T stop ఎంత పెట్టామండి? 25. కానీ చెప్పేటప్పుడు ఎంత చెప్పారండి? t stop plus 1. అంటే 25 plus 1, 26. 26 is exclusive. అంటే 25 దాకా వస్తుందిగా. అదే 25 is the last value అంటే you will get up to 24 only. So that's a little bit, smart role. That's it, not technically. So now we are going to plot them. కాకపోతే ఈసారి మీకు ఎక్స్ట్రాగా కొంచెం చెప్పడానికి ఏం చెప్పానంటే కొన్ని ఎక్స్ట్రా ఫంక్షన్స్ ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ చేశానండి. ఎక్స్ లేబుల్ టీ, గ్రాఫ్లో ఎక్స్ యాక్సిస్ కింద టైటిల్ వస్తుంది చూడండి టీ అని. అలాగే వై యాక్సిస్ పక్కన ఎక్స్ ఆఫ్ టీ వచ్చింది కదండి. వాటిని ఇక్కడ ఇలా రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తామండి. ఎక్స్ లేబుల్, వై లేబుల్. అంటే వాట్ ఈస్ ద వాల్యూస్ ప్లాటెడ్ ఆన్ ద ఎక్స్ యాక్సిస్ ఈస్ time values or t values, and what are the values plotted on the y axis is x of t, differential value. Then plt dot grid అండి. plt dot grid in the sense మీకు rows and columns కింద వచ్చాయి చూడండి. Suppose I want to identify a value which is a little bit not convenient, but now with the help of horizontal and vertical lines you can get a grid. Axis అండి, this is more important for you అండి. X-axis మీద what is the range of values that you want to represent? 0,25. 0 దగ్గర నుంచి 25 వరకు it shows the range of values to be plotted on the x-axis. Similarly on the y-axis it is 0 to 1. Madam, here any dear participant, anyone here any doubt? Let me be clear. Just we are trying to make the graph as more readable, that's it. Grid is for horizontal rows and lines. Labels are titles to be displayed along with the x-axis and y-axis. And what is the range of the values?
Hello.
Sir.
Hello.
Sir. Cheppan, sir. So plt dot axis, there I can say that the range of the x-axis values is from 0 to 25. Suppose if you enlarge the graph అండి, అంటే మీకు గ్రాఫ్ అవుట్పుట్ వస్తుంది కదా, ఆ గ్రాఫ్ అవుట్పుట్ కనుక మీరు కొంచెం దాన్ని పాయింట్స్ పట్టుకుని డ్రాగ్ చేశారంటే యూ విల్ గెట్ ఆల్ ద వాల్యూస్. ప్రస్తుతానికి అది స్కేల్ వచ్చింది చూడండి, 5, 10, 15, 20, 20, 25. ఎందుకంటే నేను గ్రాఫ్ని కొంచెం shrink చేశాను కాబట్టి. Right? You can specify the scale also. So x values ranges from 0 to 25. Y values ranges from 0 to 1. That is the measurements of the graph, and plot dot show. This is how to draw the graphs. Yeah.
Sir, ఇది ప్లాట్ డాట్ టైటిల్ ఇన్ బ్రాకెట్ లో ఉంది, ఇన్బిల్ట్ ఫంక్షన్ సార్ అది.
అవును, అవన్నీ ఇన్బిల్ట్ సార్,
ఈక్వేషన్స్
అన్ని ఇన్బిల్ట్ సార్. ప్లాట్, టైటిల్, ఎక్స్ లేబుల్, వై లేబుల్, అవంటే ఫర్ డెకరేటింగ్ ద గ్రాఫ్ సార్, అంతే. మరీ 2 లైన్స్ గీసి ఎదుటోడికి అర్థం చేసుకోండి అని వదిలేకుండా కొంచెం లిటిల్ బిట్ డెకరేషన్ అంతే. Title means title of the whole graph. What is the title of x-axis and what is the title of y-axis? Then this is one more package, sir. SciP, Scientific Python, especially for ordinary differential equations. There are some other topics to be followed in the next days of FDP. Ordinary differential equations, first order differential equations, like this. But I'm trying to just give you a hint because I was not good at math. SciP package, which is called as Scientific Python, which is a very specialized package for solving numerical methods and solving the equations of ordinary differential equation solutions. And it offers mainly 2 functions, ODE and ODE-INT. Ordinary differential equations integrator. 2 methods ఉంటాయండి మేజర్లీ ఈ ప్యాకేజ్లో, ODE and then ODE-INT, but ODE package is more flexible. So hope the next people will elaborate it morely, because up to here technically I can, but the SciP package is not a part of even though I was from the BTech background, but into computer science I was not that much good at ordinary differential equations. And lastly, I hope tried my level best to give an idea. So with this, my submission is, this is the way how you have to write a Python program. That's it. I don't say that this is the end, this is the complete, and this is the depth. No, no, no. Just I'm trying to give you, I'm trying to habituate you how to write a program, what are all the packages, what you can do. Rest of the things is you have to explore, sir. అంటే నాట్ ఓన్లీ యూ అండి. ఇప్పుడు సపోజ్ నాకు పైథాన్ చెప్పానండి, ఇప్పుడు నన్ను రేపు మెషిన్ లెర్నింగ్లో ఏదన్నా ప్రాజెక్ట్ చేయమంటే, సో నవ్ ఐ విల్ స్టార్ట్ ఎక్స్ప్లోరింగ్. అసలు ఇంతకీ మెషిన్ లెర్నింగ్కి పైథాన్లో ఏమేమి ప్యాకేజెస్ ఉన్నాయి, ఆ ప్యాకేజెస్లో మెథడ్స్ ఏమున్నాయి, ఆ మెథడ్స్ని ఎట్లా వాడాలి, ఐ హ్యావ్ టు లర్న్. లైక్ వైజ్ ఇప్పుడు ఆర్డినరీ డిఫరెన్షియల్ ఈక్వేషన్. సో ఈక్వేషన్ ఏంటి, ఫస్ట్ ఆర్డర్ ఏంటి, దానికి సంబంధించిన మెథడ్స్ ఏంటి, this we have to be little bit explore. Aim లేదు సార్. What my notable point is, it's easy. కొంచెం ఓపిక కావాలి, కొంచెం టైం స్పెండ్ చేయాలి. అంటే సార్ ఇప్పుడు మనం సైపీ ప్యాకేజ్ చెప్పారు కదా, సైపీ ప్యాకేజీలో మొత్తం కలిపి ఒక 5-6 ఫంక్షన్స్ ఉంటాయా సార్, మనం గుర్తు పెట్టేసుకుందాము అంటే నో సార్, అసలు అట్లా ఉండదు. మనం మ్యాథే చూసాం కదా, మ్యాథ్లో రఫ్గా మనమే ఇవాళ ఒక 10 ఫంక్షన్స్ చూసాం. సో డెఫినెట్లీ దెర్ విల్ బి హండ్రెడ్స్ ఆఫ్ ఫంక్షన్స్. వాట్ ఈచ్ ఫంక్షన్ విల్ డూ, what is the difference between each functions, that we have to master. But here what I can, దాని సజెషన్ కూడా అననండి. వాట్ మై రిక్వెస్ట్, హంబుల్ రిక్వెస్ట్ ఈస్, డోంట్ స్టాప్ ఇట్ హియర్ అండి. డోంట్ లిమిట్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్ టు మ్యాథ్స్ ఓన్లీ. నేను మార్నింగ్ సెషన్లో కూడా చెప్పాను, మీరు కనుక అబ్రాడ్ కంట్రీస్ తీసుకుంటే, ఐ థింక్ షల్ ఐ బీ ఇన్ ఇంగ్లీష్ ఆర్ తెలుగు, ఆర్ యూ కంఫర్టబుల్ అండి? ఓకే, లెట్ మీ గెట్ ఇన్ టు ఇంగ్లీష్.
No problem, sir.
What I suggest you is, don't limit yourself to this ordinary differential equations and math. The very shocking and interesting factor is, you take any developed country, and in those countries, what is the research behind the computer science is by mathematic professionals only. Promise, sir. You refer to any foreign university, or you refer to any recent IEEE paper and computer science, like machine learning, federated learning, natural language processing. All the research into these latest domains were from professionals of mathematics background only. Sir, to be frank, ఈసారి ఎప్పుడైనా నేను మెషిన్ లెర్నింగ్ చెప్పేటప్పుడు మీరు ఎవరినైనా అడగండి, మెషిన్ లెర్నింగ్ ఈజ్ నాట్ ఏ సబ్జెక్ట్ అండి, ఇట్ ఈస్ అన్ అల్గారిథమిక్ సబ్జెక్ట్. దాంట్లో అల్గారిథమ్స్ తప్ప ఏమి ఉండవండి. I think you people can explain more efficiently about the algorithms than a computer science graduate. So please explore, sir, because research and development is right nowadays entirely through mathematics. Especially that's why I was a little bit busy, but అప్పారావు సార్ అడగంగానే నేను యాక్సెప్ట్ చేసింది, ఎందుకంటే computational mathematics is playing a very vital role in research of computer science. It's up to contributing minimum 70%. కాకపోతే కొంచెం పేషెన్స్, కొంచెం ప్రొఫెషనల్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్, దట్స్ ఇట్. సో try to deviate yourself. Suppose, okay, right, with this particular FDP, you came to know what is what. Now you try to do it in your ordinary differential equations. And after that, whenever you feel free and comfortable, try to explore the other domains also. What is the role of ordinary differential equations in machine learning? What is the role of this so-called algorithms into the artificial intelligence? ఎందుకు సార్ మీలో చాలా మంది దానే సబ్జెక్ట్ చెప్తారు కదా, డిజైన్ అండ్ అనాలిసిస్ ఆఫ్ అల్గారిథమ్స్, విచ్ ఈస్ మ్యాథమెటిక్స్. బ్యాక్ ట్రాకింగ్ ఈజ్ అన్ ఎక్సలెంట్ టాపిక్ ఇన్ ఏఐ. మీకు గుర్తుంటుంది, ఆర్ సమ్ ఆఫ్ యూ మైట్ బి టోల్డ్, 8 pins ప్రాబ్లం. బ్యాక్ ట్రాకింగ్ అంటామండి. ఇట్ ప్లేస్ ఎ డామ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ రోల్ ఇన్ ఆర్టిఫిషియల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్. సో ఈవెన్ సమ్ టైమ్స్ మేము కూడా ఒక్కొక్కసారి మళ్ళీ ఇంటర్మీడియట్ మ్యాథ్ టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ ఒకటి కోటి సెంటర్ నుంచి తెచ్చుకొని దాన్ని ఒకసారి బ్యాక్ రిఫర్ చేస్తున్నాం, బికాస్ ఇట్ వాజ్ అ వెరీ లాంగ్ బ్యాక్ వీ స్టడీడ్. బట్ యూ పీపుల్ ఆర్ ఇన్ టచ్ విత్ మ్యాథమెటిక్స్. So now mathematics is going to play a dominating role in the research of computer science. In the future also, no doubt in it. My worst case expectation is 10 years. Up to 10 years, mathematics. After that, maybe, we don't know. Yes, sir. With this, I want to rest it from my side. I don't say that what I covered is full and exhaustive, but I try to at least to give the glimpses. Yeah, Srinivas, sir.
Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation for this FDP lecture.
Okay,
and you
sir.
have given a very good input to our faculty. Basically, they don't know the Python running. Generally, they are aware up to C language and MATLAB. So many people are know this through MATLAB. But whereas the people now the universities introduced this MATLAB, computational mathematics lab using Python or MATLAB. So, but the students now the students will be aware about the Python. So we are conducting that Python. Thank you, sir, for accepting the invitation and giving a good lecture. Thank you once again, sir. So kindly share the PPT to me, sir. I will share to the participants.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So please fill the feedback form, and tomorrow 10 o'clock again we will start this FD. Thank you.
Srinivas, sir, shall I leave?
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for your
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.